All right, good morning, guys. This is ticker ENRJ. I got in pre-market. My scanner picked this one up. Volume was looking good, so I picked this up around 33 cents this morning. Currently sitting at 0.425. You can see right here. What I'm looking at this chart right here, and I'm trying to decide, is this thing going to keep going or should I move on? Now, it did spike all the way up to 47 cents, almost 48. I was making breakfast and I missed that run, so I'm holding on now. I'm trying to see if this thing's got the potential to move back to that range or if I should just take my gain and move on. So how I'm coming to that decision, I'm watching this RSI, I'm watching this MACD. Right now it's not looking too positive. We can just see this spike right here, 9.55, driving it up to 44 cents. So we're sitting at 42.5, so I'm just going to watch that, see if that gets more negative or more positive. The RSI is going down, so it's losing a little bit of momentum, but that does not mean that it won't come back. So another indicator that I watch when I'm making these decisions is I go to my level 2. And what level 2 is, if you're not familiar with that, is you can basically see the bids and the ask in real time. So I can see over here we got 2,000, 2,000, 2,600, and so on the bid side, and we got 18.5, 2,200, 2,600 on the ask side. The ask is 43, the bid is 42.3. So right now the ask is outweighing the bid, which would be why the MACD is not positive and RSI isn't looking too good. But let's see if we can keep that going. As long as it's not an insane amount on the ask side, I will continue on and push forward. Right now I'm seeing some bids come in, so it's not looking too terrible. So essentially, I don't know how long this is going to take, so I don't want to drag out this video, but that's essentially what I'm looking at. Okay, we just got a new time on the chart here. As you can see, momentum went down, MACD went down a little bit, but it is still holding above. As long as it's holding above that 40-cent range, I am probably going to stay in and see what we can do for the rest of the day. I mean, this is definitely 5-day SMA, definitely 20-day SMA. It is holding above that 5-day SMA, so it's looking pretty decent right now. However, this is a very volatile stock. Alright guys, I'm back to you. Only about a minute or two has passed since I've paused the video. I am still watching that level 2, and as of right now we're sitting at 18.4 mil volume for the day at 10:07. And I don't see any real signs to sell just yet. I am most certainly getting greedy with this, but you know, I do believe there's a difference of getting greedy and maximizing your gains. I mean, you don't want to sell something that's going up. I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's not the smartest thing to do. Is this a riskier trade? Most definitely. I picked this simply because it's risky. With greater risk comes greater reward, and I wanted some fast money today. My other positions are AKER and TROV, and they're both looking good for a swing play, but I wanted to see what I could do with this small account this morning. So I took the risk because I don't stand to lose very much if it doesn't work out, and so far so good. Looks to be pretty good. Price holding still. MACD could look a little bit better, but I mean that could kind of go either way at any moment. So I am just sitting here watching it at this point. And I'm going to pause the video again because I do want this video to show when I actually sell. So as of right now, I'm holding. Okay, I actually just had my finger on the sell button. I was getting a little bit worried. I saw a ton of shares being offered out on the ask side, but we were actually able to push through that wall at 45, and we broke through all the way to 0.46 right now. So I did not sell as of yet, but I really almost did. That could have gone either way. If you see, hundreds of thousands of shares being offered on the ask side and not that many being offered on the buy side, that certainly can mean that it might be time to sell. But in this case, those shares were purchased, and we're still running. So I'm still in it, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video. All right, I just saw a large bid, about 250,000, be on the bid side for about 0.45. That to me is a beautiful sign. I'm a little less nervous about this trade at the moment because that's not a that doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot, but it does mean that we're creating some support in that range, and it'll be a little bit harder to drive that price down when all of these shares are being purchased at 45. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short because I honestly don't know how long this is going to take, and I'm just going to continue watching it. But the point of this video is watch your indicators, and level 2. Level 2 is by far the best, in my opinion, the best way to judge these trades on, especially when to get out. Again, I'll just touch on that. If you see a few 100,000 shares pop up on the ask side, only a few thousand on the bid side, and those shares do not get purchased, what basically will happen is people will start offering lower and lower and lower amounts trying to get their shares out ahead of the people dumping those large amounts of shares. And that is going to drive the price down, and that can really be a bad thing, and you might want to consider getting out of the stock. And I hope that was somewhat helpful, and you can apply it to your trade strategy.